And actually, I am flattered, when a lot of people ask me why I didn't run for president or why I should run for president. I've had this, and I'm sincerely flattered, and I thank those who think that way. But as I said to you, and I think it's good to also respect my views because I am also an individual human being. This journey continues. It hasn't stopped. I may have deferred some of my ambitions to be able to do what I am doing right now and to continue to do the things I need to do. But we continue on this journey and on this trajectory, as it were, of public service. Whenever and wherever I am called to serve my country, I always will answer yes, because as I said before, there is nothing more noble than to be asked to serve your country. Whether you are being asked to serve your country as a watchman, as a police officer, as a cabinet minister, or as president. Because many people go through life without getting that particular opportunity. To be called to serve your country is a great thing, and is a very noble thing. That's one of the reasons why, as I said, I'm really grateful to my president for the opportunity that he has given me and the trust he has bestowed. And so as this journey of life continues, I would continue to serve my country because as long as God gives me breath and as long as I have strength to offer service to my country, to my fellow men, I am going to continue serving my country. I generally believe that the future belongs to the Lord. And the Lord orders our ways and orders our steps, as it were. What we are supposed to do as human beings is when that call comes and when that opportunity arises, we rise up to the opportunity by the grace of God.
Cannot win an election using a party that has been killed by Malala and Kashagwa here in Kakamega. Ama nyinyi watu mmemiti hamjui. Hata ofisi ya UDA iko wapi hapa Kakamega? Iko wapi Bungoma? Iko wapi Vihiga? Iko wapi Busia? Iko wapi Chitale? So how do you win? So we are going to meet next week. I'm a member of NEC. Kashagwa alichukua junior members of parliament wakiwemo aliyekuwa senator wa Kakamega Malala, akawaleta karibu, akaweka pesa mifuko ya hawa vijana wakawacha kazi yao ilikuwa kula miraa, smoking na kunywa pombe, you know them, and then they don't work for mwananchi. The problem with President William Ruto's government is poor communication.
Ukija Kisii, jamii ya Msomali iko ni marafiki, ni watu ambao tunafanya biashara nao, ni watu ambao tuko nao kisiasa. Wao wamekuja wakaingia huko ODM. Wao ndio wamekuwa wakiniuliza, unataka Onyonka, mbona mnanyamaza namna hii? Simlete huyo Matiangi. Matiangi amewatumia salamu na yeye anataka kuwa president ya Kenya. Salimia yeye. Mnasalimia yeye. Mnasalimia yeye.
I thank the Lord that I have had an opportunity in the last 7 years to serve my country in the position of a cabinet secretary. During the 7 years, I have also had an opportunity to learn a lot about our country and work with fellow Kenyans and face tough times and tough decisions. And so, if there's anything I've learned the last 7 years I've been in government, is that we could do a lot more than we are doing, if we actually addressed some of the challenges we have in leadership. We have very serious weaknesses in our leadership. Sometimes in our environment or even in our countries, I honestly think we spend too much time on politics, more time than we should. And this hurts the potential that we have to do great things. I do not know who cast us, but I don't know why we sleep and wake up thinking about things that could not move us to the next level, like belongings, where we come from, who we are. And half the time we are lost in debates on pettiness, and we lose sight of the big things that we need to do that could unlock our potential.
You see, the total annihilation of common sense and betrayal of common sense
the political practice in this country is shocking. When you tell people about there being who is that? What is that deep state? The Inspector General who seated here? We have passed a constitution that requires us, it's in black and white. You know, even me, if I have to give directions to the Inspector General, the law requires that I put it in writing. And since I became Minister for Interior, I told the nation the other day, I've written 2 such letters, one to Boynet and one to him, to provide policy guidance. And even before I send it, I asked the Attorney General, does it pass muster? The Attorney General says, under the law, you can't do this. So, stop here, let us proceed. Now, how can you turn around in a country of the amount of freedom that we have? Nairobi, for your record, Bishop, Nairobi houses the largest number of foreign correspondents and media houses on this continent. I've challenged people, if you don't think there's freedom in Nairobi, go and report from Addis. Yeah. With all this freedom we have, in a country where the president is insulted liberally by everybody, by opposition politicians, how will you tell me that there exists a covert, dark op element of government that is intended to do certain things? When did you last face and scrutinize and excoriate the Minister for Security? I am here to answer questions. Which is this dark side that exists? Where is it? Don't be drawn. I'm telling you, don't be drawn to some of this. You see, we are unfortunate that we have a brand of leaders.
Each one of our children in schools in the country, whatever they score at the end of the examination period, is a gift from God, a blessing to us, and God created each one of these children for a specific purpose. We as parents and teachers and policymakers are supposed to facilitate these children to achieve or to fulfill the purposes for which God created them. And in that process, we cannot delude ourselves to imagine that we have similar abilities and we have similar capabilities and we can all do the same things. Exams are actually not intended to produce paragons or tell us who are the smartest people and so on. That is why they are described broadly as tests and measurement. They are supposed to measure our abilities. In other words, the question we are supposed to ask after an exam is, what can I do? What does the exam therefore say I can do? The exam may say, okay, you have abilities and you have gifts to be a doctor, you have gifts to be a teacher, you have capacity to be an engineer, and so on and so forth. From the student who scores an A plane to the one who scores an E, there is a place.
Some of our political friends hijacked the recommendations and started now spending negative energy on it. You must have had comments being made by people on political platforms. Oh, boda sio wahalifu, tunataka kumwambia Matiangi na Kibicho, Matiangi na Kibicho ni kusomewa kila siku. Matiangi na Kibicho na IG mchue kwamba, kila siku. Yet actually our intentions were, let us reform this sector for the good of everyone. When this sector is reformed, it's good for you, genuine investors. Everywhere you go in the country, we have this strange political phenomenon that I'm not able to understand. And we are driving our country down the drain, sisi wenyewe. Where people go, they bribe these border riders around, they get crowds of them, a swarm of them, they block roads, or they carry them in an effort to show how popular they are, It's cheap populism. They try to pretend that they are riding with them. Oh, these are our people. Sisi ndio tuko hapa na hawa. They take them, buy them illicit liquor, and so on. Then they take them to place. They tell them, oh, shout at that one. When they speak, don't allow that one to speak, and so on. Mimi nazungumza ukweli ama uongo? This is something that is happening around the country. Now, the cheap populism that has been using boda as the core basis of mobilization for politics is what is destroying this sector. You can ban someone's car. We saw the clips there. You can ban someone's car and say, this is ni wale wanyonge, tunaonewa. Yule mtu ambaye, how do you know whether that fellow who's driving that car borrowed money? Si nyinyi mumeenda kwa sako mkaomba pesa? Na yule ameomba pesa pia kanunua gari. Na ile patebi kama ndo bami. Walitu wale kina nugu sina watebi the other day.
ni ndo aba kuzitu aligeria mangana ya kurukare na tu arode wocha wochega umuntu no nyendi kare kwari kubundizwa liri kare system kitaracha abantu kwari kubundizwa n'abanyamizira bali abakuru ko kwari ko tebunga ikoroji kubundizwa abanyamizira bali abanne bakatenga bogorike kabo esako jigosara ko muntu mwage nae kwara bunago saraka ekero wana ko tira tigre wana ko kore emizire eria kwaje kwa umunyamizira uzabona tali boye ono urne on 2019 ya bogorike kabo ninja gutuma esaba president ba mwabo na iralirwe bunago ntuma yagenda Zambia na iko moisonde ateti yagenda paka Qatar ni prime minister ngaiko na nakwana aliyo kantu mende tingo menda neli mo liyo tigambo